It must be Leonardo da Vinci. Stewie, he looks just like you.
Da Vinci must be my ancestor. Now we'll have to travel back in time to a point shortly before Bertram's arrival.
Stewie, what's going on?
What are you doing with a gun?
Stewie Griffin, the diabolical and highly intelligent baby from Family Guy, has committed his fair share of outrageous acts over the years. While his antics are often played for laughs, some moments are downright shocking and would in real life land him in serious trouble, possibly even jail. In this video, we'll dive into some of the most jaw-dropping moments where Stewie absolutely should have been locked up. When Stewie discovers that his beloved babysitter LaDawn has a boyfriend named Jeremy, his jealousy spirals out of control.
All right, that's it. Jeremy must be destroyed.
What follows is one of Stewie's most bizarre and sinister schemes yet. Fueled by his obsession with LaDawn and a desire to eliminate the competition, Stewie hatches a plan to kidnap Jeremy. In this episode, Stewie's dark side comes out in full force. After learning about Jeremy, Stewie corners him and in typical Stewie fashion resorts to the most extreme solution.
Here's your iPod so you can listen to the streaks while you gasp for air.
Oh, the Strokes, right.
He kidnaps Jeremy and stuffs him in the trunk of Brian's car. The fate of Jeremy, however, adds a chilling layer to the storyline. Weeks go by and there's no mention of his whereabouts. Stewie leaves him in the trunk, with the show never directly addressing what ultimately happens to him, leaving viewers to wonder if Jeremy ever made it out. This darkly comedic moment highlights Stewie's complete lack of moral boundaries, turning what could have been a harmless crush into a twisted case of kidnapping. Stewie's obsession with killing his mother Lois has been a running gag throughout Family Guy, but in Lois Kills Stewie, this dark fantasy escalates to a horrifying climax. It's a shocking moment when Stewie, tired of being thwarted at every turn, shoots Lois in cold blood and pushes her off a cruise ship.
You drove me here, Lewis, with all the indignities I've been forced to suffer day in and day out under your matriarchal tyranny.
The sight of Lois falling into the water is dark enough, but what follows is even more disturbing. Stewie, thinking he succeeded, seizes control of Quahog and eventually the entire world, becoming a full-blown tyrant. Though this arc is revealed to be part of a simulation, it's still a chilling reminder of Stewie's lethal tendencies. Imagine a toddler so bloodthirsty that he tries to assassinate his own mother. In the real world, Stewie's actions would be grounds for life in prison. Stewie's violence knows no bounds, and in this episode, we see him go from cute baby to cold-blooded attacker in the blink of an eye. Stewie finds himself in a precarious situation in this memorable and divisive episode from Season 4, where he transforms into a cunning little bookie. Betting with Brian on a celebrity boxing match between Mike Tyson and Carol Channing, Stewie dives headfirst into the world of underground gambling. However, chaos ensues when Tyson suffers a shocking upset, losing the match in a jaw-dropping twist that leaves everyone reeling. Brian loses the bet and decides to give the money within 24 hours. Failed to do so, Stewie took the matter in his hands, and in anger, he throws the glass in Brian's eye, making him bleed.
What the hell?
Yeah, it feels so good, does it? No, huh?
In any sane world, a baby behaving like this would be in handcuffs, facing multiple charges of aggravated assault. But in the Family Guy universe, it's just another day in the Griffin household.
All right, step on.
Time travel is usually a fun sci-fi trope, but when Stewie gets his hands on it, things go wildly out of control. In this episode, Stewie's curiosity leads him to create a time machine that nearly wipes out the universe.
Huh? Let me see that panel.
No, don't touch that!
Come on, let me see that. Move out of the way.
No, you can't!
Yes, you heard that right. Stewie's recklessness with time travel threatens to unravel the very fabric of existence. He and Brian end up tearing apart the space-time continuum, with reality collapsing around them. It's a hilarious mess, but it's also a stark reminder of how dangerous Stewie's mind really is. After causing chaos in the space-time continuum, Stewie and Brian must scramble to fix the mess they've made. If we lived in a world where babies could play with time machines, there'd be serious consequences. Stewie's constant meddling with time travel is a crime against the laws of nature itself, and he's lucky that no cosmic law enforcement is around to arrest him.
It's like the spice rack in my fantasy kitchen.
Hold on, little fella. This is just for big people. Why did she come back in about, 17 years?
But the shelf life of that sodium pentothal is only 2 years.
In the episode, Stewie Griffin's genius-level intellect is often showcased through his wild and elaborate inventions, but in the Season 2 episode titled The Story on Page 1, this brilliance takes a dark turn. In this chilling episode, Stewie constructs a mind control machine, a device designed to bend the will of those around him to his whims. His target? None other than his older brother, Chris, stripping his older brother of his autonomy. But Stewie's plan goes far beyond mere manipulation. He exploits Chris's physical strength and stature to attempt the ultimate taboo matricide. This shocking scheme not only puts Lois in grave danger, but also raises disturbing questions about the moral implications of controlling another person's actions.
Odd piece. Allow me to purchase the provisions I demand, or I shall transform your blue collar into a red one and...
Fortunately, the device malfunctions when Chris approaches the microwave, short-circuiting Stewie's twisted plan and sparing Lois from harm. In real life, Stewie would be arrested for mind control, but in Family Guy, it's just another example of how far Stewie will go to get what he wants, no matter who stands in his way. What's worse than one Stewie Griffin? Two Stewies. In this episode, Stewie takes his obsession with cloning to a whole new level by creating an evil version of himself, but as you might expect, things don't go according to plan.
Oh, jeez, you scared me. What happened to your clothes? Hey, what are you doing? Ah!
His evil clone starts wreaking havoc across Quahog, doing things even Stewie wouldn't dare to. From trashing the Griffin house to causing chaos all over town, Stewie's creation is a disaster. What's terrifying is that Stewie planned this entire thing, from stealing Lois's hair to growing an identical copy of himself. In any real scenario, creating a human clone without consent would be a serious legal offense. Stewie's playing God here.
Don't press that future and... What the devil? Yes, I did it! I stopped the tower from falling! Who are you? I'm you from the future.
It all begins in this episode when Stewie has a near-death experience, leading him to reevaluate his life. His usual evil plans are interrupted when he sees a news report showing a man who looks exactly like him. And so begins one of Stewie's most ambitious escapades, using Brian and time travel to track down future Stewie. Stewie's journey takes him and Brian to San Francisco, where they eventually meet future Stewie.
Of course.
Future Stewie is just a regular guy working a desk job, living a boring suburban life. Desperate to avoid this mundane future, Stewie decides to take matters into his own hands by killing his future self. The scene where Stewie pulls a gun on future Stewie is one of the most jaw-dropping moments of the entire series. Along the way, he steals cars, assumes fake identities, and even impersonates people to get what he wants. It's one of the clearest examples of Stewie breaking the law in big ways, and if the authorities were on his tail, he'd be looking at serious prison time.
Yeah, you watch me, bitch.
When Stewie decides he wants to create hybrid babies, things get seriously disturbing. In Stewie is Enceinte, he uses Brian's DNA to himself, leading to one of the most bizarre and unsettling plot lines in Family Guy history. Stewie's dabbling in genetic manipulation and tampering with biology is not only ethically wrong, it's criminal.
How many are there now?
4, 5, 6, 7? Mazel tov.
The idea of experimenting with human, or in this case, dog DNA, without any medical authority would land Stewie in hot water with every scientific regulatory body out there. This shocking episode reminds us that Stewie has no regard for the laws of science or nature, and it's a miracle that he hasn't been arrested for medical fraud. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Did Stewie deserve jail time in these episodes? Which shocking moment had you gasping the most? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell icon to stay updated on all things Family Guy. We'll see you in the next one.